Disrupt Us. This is the debut episode of the Gen Z CEO podcast with me, Laris. Now, so when I was growing up, there was this story that people used to say in school, in case maybe you perform badly or poorly, they used to say, waliuza ng'ombe apeleke ng'ombe ingine shule. Loosely translated as, his or her parents sold a cow to take another one to school. But looking forward years later, we find that these cows, some of them are giving out good milk. Yeah. Now, this is the topic of today. Now, travel with me as I'm joined by two super Gen Zs here. I think what I introduced, then we see what we've got. Sure. Karibu sana Austin. Karibu Caleb. Maybe tuanzia kwa Austin.
Yeah, hello, my name is Austin Steve, the founder and CEO of Brain Blessing Publishers. I am also a law student, and we are trying to reclaim the African story by creating books which will change the narrative of the African publishing industry. Thank you very much.
Sure. Caleb.
Hi, my name is Caleb, the founder of Blue Streak Transport and Logistics Company. I'm also the founder of AfriHall youth organization. I'm a writer by profession. I'm an aerospace engineer. I'm a student at the Kenya Aeronautical College. Apart from that, I'm also a business development specialist at Apex Loads, the Apex Loads logistics platform. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Hey, as you can hear, we are having founders and CEOs only. That's why you must be here. And by the way, you guys, mulikuwa maandamano?
June 25th was a moment that we could not skip, not only for the nation, but even for ourselves as a generation that is trying to create a future for the people. Atungekosa.
Hey,
Yeah.
experience ilikuwaje?
I mean, it was very heated, but I mean, we enjoyed our time. We confronted the system, and we hope that the government listens to us going forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Caleb?
I think the maandamano, it was actually a good thing that the Gen Z youths did. Because if you see, we can't live being pressured all the time.
Yeah.
People have to stand up, rise up, and do something. So yesterday, I liked the way those guys showed up in numbers.
Yeah,
it was a good thing.
Okay, sure. But for me, unfortunately, physically sikuenda, but I was there with you.
In spirit.
In spirit, digitally I was there. Yeah? Because in as much as we need some people at the forefront, tunahitaji wale kupeana updates on social media. Tap. Kuna form hapa na pale. Yeah. But looking at it, there's one thing I noticed. Most of the youths who are there, kuna one challenge. Because I think wengi walikuwa wanalia story na job. It's about issues with job, hapa na pale. Maybe in one way or the other, wanaweza decry their problems in different ways, but if you narrow down, ni issue na job. What do you think, ukiangalia tu vizuri, what might be the huge cause why youth walitokezea kwa wingi?
Me currently, when I analyze the situation, financial issues is part of a problem, but mostly our big cries for the system to work. We need the system that serves the people. We need the system that is really working towards enabling or creating an environment that is sustainable for the job market. Yeah.
Na Caleb?
To me, what Austin has said about the system, I think the system is there, but it's rigged. Like you find nowadays, the system is like you go to school, come get a job, work for 40 years, then retire. You retire poor.
Are you sure it's still that way?
Yeah. Many people nowadays, that's the, yani, antaka tu yapate job, a retire. provided he gets income to eat and some personal to sort himself themselves personally.
Yeah.
That's
Bora one cash.
yeah. So like I think the system is there, but what the youths should be told is that they should look to the system in another perspective. Actually, it's just an illusion. So like for me, what I advise youths to do, like when you finish school, high school per se, first find something you can do, a skill. Don't go, because a job, what it does, it's you go to school. Let's say you want to be an accountant. You go to school, learn accounting, then you get a job.
Yeah.
So somebody pays you in exchange for your skills. And you find, let's say the CEO of a certain bank, themselves, they don't have the skills that you have, but they have the money to pay you. So that's a system that has been created that for the poor people to go to school, learn, after learning, go get a job, then come and retire later. But for the wealthy people, after school, they look for a skill to do. They get skills. After getting skills, you'll find out, let's say, like we say, you're a writer, you know how to write. You'll start publishing your own books, you sell your books. That's passive income. You start earning from that point. Of course, after you get money, I think you'll have that grit to continue writing more and more, and that's how you'll grow. It's better than getting a degree and go get a job, write, get paid salary, while the guys who are selling the books are the ones getting money more than you. So I believe in you guys, the Gen Zs now, you should just, after school, find a skill.
Okay, on the same note, there's something I was thinking about yesterday, because when you look at the demographics of what the Gen Zs are doing, it's mostly digitally. And when you compare that to what the school is currently teaching, they're using the curriculum that they used in 2005. Very little has changed. But when you look at what market demands versus what is being provided in schools, there's a big mismatch between the two. Like, for example, the other day I was watching a video on TikTok of there's this little girl, but I think it was somewhere in the US or maybe UK, I'm not sure. But just around 23-year-old lady managing a farm. In the morning, she milks the cows. And then in the evening also, she tends the cow shed and everything, cleans and so forth, and so on and so forth. But if you look at the current situation here in Kenya, it's kind of different. I can't imagine a 23-year-old voluntarily managing their own farm, unless he has grown there all along. But a youth from Nairobi going home to look after the cow, it's nearly impossible. But I think this can be nurtured in our school system and in our curriculum, because sahi unapata youth anataka zile jobs zinakaa cool. Taka kwa ofisi kuanzia asubuhi hadi jioni 8 to 5 nitoke and so on and so forth. At the same time, hawataki kuwa managed. They don't want to be micromanaged. So ukiangalia fiti, Austin, I believe we interact na CBC and CBE content, right? Do you think it's going to change anything so far?
I am personally very positive about the CBE system. One, because it is very practical as compared to the 844 system. For the 844 system, it was much about consuming knowledge and answering the questions. For the CBE the curriculum, it is very practical. As I write books, I always look at how the system has been created for the CBE, and it is really practical oriented. So I believe if the people give it time, it will deliver on what people, it will deliver on our pleas and our current economical state. One thing to look across about the CBE system is that it is quite expensive, and people are creating counter narratives about it because they were used to it for. They were used to buying books, studying, and doing the exam. Now the CBE is pushing parents to be more practical, by that modeling, by that. Let's say if it's a engineering class, buy those machines. So it is quite expensive as we are starting, but moving forward, probably 8 to 10 years, as we'll have settled in, it will be a very good system. Actually, by the time you are done with grade 12, you'll not even need to go to university, because you'll have hands-on skills that my brother is talking about. Yeah.
So at the same time, in the CB curriculum, I saw something that, okay, just like you said, people are making content out of it because it's, we can say, out of lack of understanding. At the same time, because they have not given in their time to understand how the system works. But now, just like Caleb said, the system is rigged. How can we, is there a way that we can foresee to make sure the CB outcome cannot be as well be rigged?
I can say one. The system demands for smart people, and that is what our education system is not providing. It is giving you the knowledge, but not showing you how to put the knowledge into action. And that gap creates now the difference between the rich and the poor. And that makes the people who are below in the pyramid think that the system is rigged. But I believe right now we have a majority of self-made billionaires, and I believe we don't have even billionaires who are two generations in Africa. Every billionaire right now in Africa is self-made, and he has not even put his wealth for more than 50 years. If we look at the Uru family, it is 1960-70 when they started being rich. So you see, even it's only 60 years. So I can really push for people to think about the system as not rigged, but you yourself, you can change the narrative about how we view and how we see the system.
Just like you said, I talked about if you give CB time. We are likely to see different change and different dynamics. And from your point of view, Caleb, you talked about not pursuing aeronautical engineering, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can see that on your side it has favored you, right?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe do you see, like if it was in the CBC way, can the results be the same if we compare maybe in the long term?
No.
Just hold kidogo.
Yeah.
Fix your microphone.
Okay.
Usisahau hiyo swali. So,
Okay.
remember the mic, we take audio from the top of the microphone.
Sure.
If you turn too much to either side,
Okay.
to get good audio.
So, yeah.
Just 1 second. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so Caleb, on your side, like for you, the current curriculum has favored you on your side because I think it's more of a skill on your side than more of the academic. So, do you think if it was the CBE way, can the results be similar in the long term?
No.
Why?
Okay, let's say like right now, what we are learning in aeronautical engineering, let's say these guys start to learn it step by step right now. Of course, by the time they reach at the point I am, they'll have mastered more than I have, because you'll find, even as Austin has said, in Kenya we get shallow education. So as in, for them, they'll be taught and taught to apply it. Yeah, but for us right now, you'll just be taught theory, less of applying. After there, 4 years, you're done. You go get a job. Yeah.
Okay.
But for them, if they start right now, if they reach, let's say, 18 years, at least they'll have the time to practically put it into action. And maybe they can even invent new things
Yeah.
from the knowledge. Yeah. But for us, that time isn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of invention, there was this an old age-old saying that education is the key. Do you think it still hold waters?
A little bit.
Hey.
Yeah.
Why do you say so?
I can't say, okay, school is not bad. You go, you interact with people. But what school I've come to realize, what school teaches guys are like, let's say, you guys are, when you are in high school, position 1, 2, and 3 were being awarded.
Yeah.
So how did you feel? Let's say you are position 5, 6. How did you feel? Of course, you felt bad.
Yeah, sure.
So what school does, they only pick the best. And the others, they don't focus more on them. They only focus on the best.
Yeah.
So from high school, you come to an understanding that when you go out there, only the best will go far.
Yeah.
So if you in your mindset umeweka hiyo mi sitaenda mbali, definitely you won't go far.
Yeah.
But for them when you wamekuwa praised, also there's a problem. So wako best in education, we can't, hiyo tuzikata.
Yeah, it was a dispute.
But utapata we mwenye hauko good in education, huku nje uko sawa. So like for them, they'll continue their studies. And in the end, utapata hata wana kazi. Because wamepatiwa many praises in high school.
Yeah.
So like they feel they're on top of the world. So they go get into degrees. They can't even find jobs in Kenya.
Yeah.
Maybe they are not well off. They can't go to the European countries to get jobs. So at the end of the day, you find a guy is a boda boda driver with an A from high school,
Yeah.
degrees from university. But you find the one who came with a D from high school, no degree. He's an owner of a company somewhere.
Yeah.
So like, I think school what it does, it demoralizes someone.
Okay.
Yeah, it puts that boundary between certain type of people and this type of people.
Yeah, it was division to some extent.
Yeah.
And for you, Austin, do you think it still hold waters? Education is the key.
I will say education is the key. It just depends with which door you want to open.
Yeah.
So when you look at the Kenyan system, as my brother is, I agree with him partly, that it only appreciates the people on top.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. So when you're starting a business, you will always find so many hurdles on the way.
Yeah.
So if the education system suppressed your longevity of working hard, you will definitely never manage to be a successful entrepreneur. But also going against that narrative is also that most successful founders and CEOs are educated.
Yeah.
So I always push for education, but you have to know when to apply it and how to apply it. So education is the key, yes and no. But you always have to be smart about which education and what do you want to achieve.
Yeah. Sure. For me, I actually hold this view that, yes, education is very important. It's important. Just like you say, it depends on the door you want to open. But on the same note, how I see education these days is simply, me can say for higher education, if you want to pursue higher education, nowadays I hold the view that you must know why you're going there. You don't go because of formality, because you finished high school, now you want to join higher education. Simply because the way I view higher education, I view it as a resource, not as a learning center for academics. Yes, learning aspect is there. But what I think and what I hold as my view is that when we are there as students, everyone has his or her own view why he or she is there. At the same time, they have their own reasons why they're there, and from different backgrounds, of course. But the key thing that I always say is when you are there, look at each student as a resource. Because on the same note, you can partner, you can collaborate, and you can come up with better solutions. For example, if you read some books of some of the recent invention, you find that they came out via collaboration, right? You hear, for example, like OpenAI. You hear this is co-founder, right? Co-founder and so on, simply because there's collaboration. What if this spirit of collaboration we could incorporate in our learning institution, right?
Yeah.
That's why I always have this question for when we say education is the key. I can say either the key was changed, right? On my own way, on my own point of view, or it was never there in the first place, or the door was uprooted plus the frame. And the system was rigged. Because how? Okay, we all have different capabilities,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yes, we come via the same entrance in school and the same exit, but not everyone is going to be the same level in 5 years to come, right? And that brings me to this question or this aspect about the current degree. What do you think about it compared to what the market demands?
When I look at the current degree market, it is only rewarding to those who can apply it. Having the degree in itself is quite it's not a victory in itself. You know, previously when you are looking at a degree in graduation, you'll call the whole village
The whole
to come and celebrate with you.
Yeah.
Because it was a statement that I have already made it.
Yeah.
But now that the system is quite advanced and things are changing,
Yeah.
we are looking at not the first class owners, but who is more practical about it.
Yeah.
Because you can even see someone who is less capable than you, who has a better branding
Yeah.
or a landing page in LinkedIn, will be considered to have a job better than anyone who had a first class but doesn't know how to brand himself.
Yeah.
So really what they need to do, because we are in a 22nd century world
Yeah.
and skills, we should not still be packaging the degree as it was previously.
Yeah.
In the 19th century thinking. So the degree should be packaged in a way that when I go out, how do I become applicable to the job market that is currently there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at what level can we incorporate that? Because for now, most higher learning institutions, they're in business. How can we incorporate that aspect of repackaging the degree, the current degree?
Actually, that is a very good thing, because I personally agree with you. The university system is a very big scam in a way, because they are literally milking our parents and students all around, because they will give you the knowledge, yes, but they will not show you how to apply it and when to apply it and where to apply it. So what really works right now is we go back to apprenticeship. Apprenticeship, when partly we should be incorporated in the system of education learning, whereby you as a podcaster, you sit behind another podcaster and be mentored on all these things. You know, when you're sitting behind a mentor, you don't need the whole education system and the books around it. You just need to be shown the ones and twos. Education was brought because people really saw the fact that not everyone will find a mentor, and we need to learn it centrally. So the government and the system took advantage of the whole thing. But moving forward, there is so much we can do about the education, but that is just one of a few things I think that can be added.
Yeah. So there's a certain WhatsApp group I'm in. I usually want to ask a certain question, but I'm not sure how I can approach it. Because there's this graduate, she did communications, and what she does, she's not employed. Okay, she's a friend. She told me that she'd been tamarking, but she couldn't get a job. But what she does, she has a WhatsApp group whereby it has a community of around 500 members. So what she does, she writes CV for those who want to apply for a job. But now, the irony is, she couldn't get a job, but now she wants to write CVs for other people to get a job. So yes, it's a creative way of being self-employed, but in real sense, it looks like deception to me. Or what do you think about that scenario? Maybe.
I think it's a good way how she's doing, because let's say she applied for a job. Of course, she had to send in her CV, but ilikataliwa. So I think for her, what she saw to do best is to help other people get jobs by writing CVs. So it's good.
But in the first place, she couldn't get a job because she was writing her own CVs.
I mean, that's the irony about it, huh? Because when you're looking at it, you are taught the knowledge, but you're not taught to identify the gap.
Yeah.
So you see, when you are having the knowledge and you can't identify the gap, you will be in a dilemma. And since he identified a gap, people cannot actually know to manage and write the CVs. He was the middleman. So what you really need to do away from the education is, can you identify a gap in your educational system and
The value chain.
monetize the gap?
Yeah.
So that is what we do, and that is what I advocate for people to do. Yeah.
What about a situation whereby she writes the best CV, but the skills doesn't reflect at the workplace? Who is to blame? The education system, the CV writer, or the applicant? Because it's a big challenge, by the way. It's a big challenge. Because currently, when you go to like many corporate offices, we have people who wrote their own CVs. They are so well written. But sometimes you find that in the long term, you find that the output is slowly going down for this individual. So it brings me to this point whereby, who do we blame? Because there was a weak point somewhere. There's a point that was leaking, either from the CV point, or the education point, or the deception of someone who was in between.
Let me answer that. So like for me, I know of a guy who actually went to university doing cyber security and all that stuff. So like kitambo ungepata ukienda kufanya cyber security, as in nowadays computer it's wide, so when unachagua unaenda kufanya, but then it was just packaged as one. So he went to university, didn't complete, dropped out. So what he started doing was certifications. So he goes to online, pay some money, do some certifications. After that he got a job. Remember, the guy hasn't gone to university, didn't complete, but he has certifications. What certifications give you actually are the skills. So in IT, when you hire such a guy, you're better, you're sure he's good than the one who went just to university 4 years, akafunzwa the top cream, but doesn't have any skills. So after getting a job, the guy now went back to learn more. So started doing more certifications. So what I think guys should do right now, like if you're in a certain course, start looking for such something like internships. Yani, build your skills. Because skills are the ones people are looking at right now, not the degree. If you have the skills, someone knows this guy is better than the one who has a degree, because anajua what is in a certain field. So like I think people nowadays should now build skills instead of chasing degrees and all that type of stuff.
On the same note, speaking of the certifications, I think it's a trend that is ever growing. We have the fragmentation of major courses. Like, for example, I had someone complaining. I'm on LinkedIn, and I saw this complaint. Someone was hired as a social media manager, but all of a sudden they want her to do photography, to do videography. They want her to write, I don't know what, and so on and so
Graphics
forth, all the
design.
communications. I think it's also a way that people are surviving on. But do you think the fragmentation of major courses is a good idea in the long term?
When I look at the job market, there's a lot of exploitation that is going on.
Yeah.
Because when they are hiring a social media manager, they want you to do everything
Yeah.
about the media, but they don't know when a social media manager needs a team to run the whole system.
Yeah.
Social media manager needs a graphics designer. He needs any different types of people to make sure what he's managing is
Yeah,
actually successful production and everything. So basically, there's a lot of exploitation in the job market, but also creating value. That's why we should be speaking about branding yourself.
Yeah.
When you brand yourself, you can be able to decline and accept jobs according to your worth
Yeah.
in terms of monetary and also your capabilities.
What if for a growing professional?
Of
How can you decline? Maybe it's your first job and you're having skills mismatch.
That is what I'm saying. When I am in school, I am a law student.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in 1 year's time, I'll be out in the job market. So what do? I start creating a brand before I work out.
Sure.
So I start speaking on topics that I'm very passionate about in matters law.
Yeah.
And I post it on social media. I post it in LinkedIn. I post it in every platform, every social media platform available.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm out, I have already created a brand. So when I'm going to look at for a job, I am not going as Austin the person.
Yeah.
You're working in as Austin the brand.
Yeah, the brand, yeah.
When you look at people as he had the brand, he comes with a different pay compared to someone who has not created the brand but
as an individual.
is as an individual. So basically I have to know what I mean and create a brand out of it.
Yeah.
I have seen people make money out of things that looked not really important. Not really important, but because they strategize themselves into creating brands, they eat from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also for branding, how can we make sure it's made in an ethical way? Because I've seen some people, let's say on social media, everything is this rosy graphic designer, web designer, all in one profile. He or she has highlighted, he or she can do everything. But when he or she gets employed or given a gig, they underdeliver. Simply because, yes, he or she is a brand, but now not delivering on all aspects that...
You don't know, that is an incompetent brand.
Yeah,
So what you actually focus on is the skills.
Yeah.
When you already have the skills, then you have to know how to build the brand. So anytime, I've seen people document day one of starting this business. Actually, it was a detailing business.
Yeah.
It is new fresh in the market. So he's giving his learning, his growing stage. So when you're actually approaching him, he's in day 25, so he's not an expert. So you don't have over expectations.
Yeah.
So what is, you be real, you be yourself, and don't as much as you should oversell, you don't overpromise.
Yeah, by the way. Yeah, overpromise is the word. On your space, Caleb, what do you think when it comes to fragmentation of these disciplines? Maybe there's a course you used to see in the university, it was a major one, but now you can find it online in different online platforms, fragmented, that you can do this aspect, this, and you can choose. What do you think about it in your space, or are there not in your space such courses?
In my space, no. Yeah.
It's more technical.
Yeah.
Now, so I think for now we can now give our parting shot when it comes to maybe what you're looking forward into about our education system versus the scale that the market demands. Maybe what do you think in the long term? What can we do maybe as individuals, as students, as youth, as Gen Z, maybe even as the government? What we can do to make sure that the system now works for us not the way it has been working, but now works for us as individuals?
I believe in a saying that goes by, you don't need to find a seat at the table. You should create your own table.
Yeah.
And that is what I am telling each and everyone who is listening to this podcast is create your own table. Because when you create your own table, you find and bring value to yourself, and you will know how to circumvent the market.
Yeah.
So create your own table. Don't go looking for the for job and everything.
Yeah.
And that is the only way moving forward. According to the job market, we can only make it.
Sure. What about you, Caleb? What do you foresee about our learning system versus what the market demands in the long term?
For me, basically, I'll major on finances, like help. I'll advise Gen Zs to not take help, not to take, because actually, what it does, it actually inakufunga, because of course when Gen Zs take the help money, definitely they don't use it for education purposes. They'll go for leisure, all that type of stuff, and in the end they'll have to repay it back.
Sure.
So I think it's high time they realize that it's good to source for your own money, or if you are taking the help money, use it to invest in something that will bring you money to repay the loan you've taken.
Yeah.
So instead of taking help money, using it for leisure and all that type of stuff, take it and invest it in something that will bring money back to repay the loan and to sustain you. Yeah.
What if they are splitting for academics and for the other purposes? Because not all of them use it for the AOBs.
No problem. But also if you, we'd say that they're not from well-off families. So like when you take help money, use it for education purposes, leisure a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the long run, look for something to do to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
After investing, repay the loan with an investment. Don't first take the loan, get a degree, get a job to repay the loan. No. Invest in something that will bring money, cash flow, to to repay back the help money. Yeah.
Sure. And for me, I'll close with a quote that says, contrary to what we always think that academics are meant, the formal education is meant to give us a job. I read a quote somewhere that education is meant to replace a common mind with an open one. What does it mean? A mind that can think on its own and create solutions. And I think that's where we must be heading as a country, as youth, as Gen Z, in the long term. So thank you. I've been your host, Hilary Kabila. You can call me Laris. And this has been the Gen Z CEO podcast. Until next time.